Madhushree. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this conversation on your wonderful initiative, Master Speaks. And thank you to Brand Torque for the amazing efforts it's making to get us all together to be part of the Alternative Investment Sustainable Lifestyles event. Primarily, you've been asking me how we are coping with the work from home dictate and protecting the self-isolation protection mode that we're all in. And initially, I will be honest, we may have faced a few challenges figuring out how to share pages online as a team and proofread and go step by step and keep the same processes that we're used to when we work together. But it didn't take very long to figure out ways to keep it all together. And it's just about understanding new technologies that allow groups to work from anywhere in the world. And we've actually improved our game considerably, and we did a fantastic 60-page micro-digital edition.
Hello everybody, I'm Tasneem. I'm a designer and educator in the field of fashion. Our label is sustainable and eco-friendly, and we promote circular economy through our fashion label. I would like to thank Brand Torque and its founder Madhushree Dutta for taking this wonderful initiative. In these unprecedented times, we are faced with many humanitarian and economic challenges, which we can all overcome with teamwork and collaboration. So in these lockdown conditions, most of us are trying different coping mechanisms, be it doing online research, keeping abreast of the current news, and as also trying out different cuisines. As for myself, I'm trying to complete my thesis, which was long drawn, and also trying to connect socially. I think social connectivity is helping most of us keep positive and motivated.
In the last 5 years, not been face to face with a lot of celebrities that we meet. We meet them through WhatsApp notes. If they're in a different time zone, we leave our questions on a voice note. They come back on voice notes, we transcribe, and we have the story. Or we email people. A lot of times people say don't come on the set because we're so caught up with the logistics of the shoot. It's better that we interact later on the mail. So this has been a gradual turnaround. We only go to locations for ambience notes, and if it is a celebrity's house, then we're looking at the house, but we actually end up doing the interview later through a mediated situation, either the phone or email. So that's how it's actually been with or without the lockdown and with or without the work from home. And of course, you've asked me about the special spiritual series that I will be previewing at your event. So that has been sort of an organic journey. I have been an avid reader of Indian mythology from the time I was a child. And so when I took to the paintbrush, it just effortlessly manifested as a series of tributes to all the wonderful deities in our mythology. India is the only country where our mythology is still alive, and it's the only country where people still go to temples, will wait for long numbers of hours to get a darshan, a view of an image of the divine. So I just felt that it was a joy to recreate divinity and to have images of divinity dressed in Swarovski crystals. So that is what you will be seeing at the AISL event, and I hope it will touch you and move you the way the process of creating all this work has touched and moved me over the last several years.
It's a good time to re-evaluate different strategies, and we have to apply our creative minds to find solutions for our artisans, for our khadi workers, which is the embroidery artisans, and also the textile clusters where our handloom fabric is being woven. So for our tailors which are still in Mumbai, some of them are migrated to their villages. We have assured them of job security, and we are also trying to motivate them to make the face masks from the unused eco-friendly fabrics which we have in-house. At the same time, we maintain social distancing by making them work in shifts. And we remain totally committed to all our embroidery unit workers. Even after they come post-lockdown, we have assured them of job security, and also to our textile clusters.
Yes, and then you were curious about what might be going on in the publishing business per se. So we adapted to the current circumstances by going into a digital edition. So digital publishing is probably the future. It's probably the only way that we can even be sustainable from an environmental perspective, and it gives us a much wider reach. A magazine on a digital platform can go around the world 50 times in a day, if you think about it, without the traditional distribution networks, without the need to buy imported paper from Canada and incur expenses on all of those processes that go into producing and printing, and all the toxic chemicals that are part of printing. So I think it's a sign of the times, and it's a very big message to the publishing world that you can be as efficient operating through digital technologies, and in fact you can help create a cleaner planet by going online. Thank you.
So textile earnings contribute almost 15% to the country's GDP. And if you're looking at a post-COVID situation, there will be a severe liquidity crunch. It will be a challenge for us to meet the demand and to meet the supply correlation. The direct impact would be so many millions of workers who would be affected in the entire value chain, from the fiber to the fabric to the finished garment. Post-COVID pandemic, most of the business activities would be slowed down almost 20 to 30%. At this stage, there would be job cuts in micro, small, medium enterprises, which would really affect the economy. At this stage, government subsidies are definitely required to mitigate the cost for the next 3 to 6 months. Also, revival packages for handloom workers and for the embroidery khatli workers. Sustainability is here to stay, as reuse and recycle. As also, customers will definitely prefer garments of necessity than garments of luxury. So for that, it's important that we have to re-strategize our production capabilities. We have to rethink and we have to rebrand. We are definitely looking at bespoke and we are looking at customization. This will not only help in reducing our in-house stock, but will also reduce the carbon footprints. With travel bans still on and post-COVID situation also, one is looking at a lot of cancellation of fashion weeks. In this scenario, most designers are looking at 360 degrees virtual lookbook. COVID-19 has exposed the deep inequities in the social and economic system. People have become more compassionate, more human, and more empathetic. So on the flip side, we are hoping the business will definitely improve. People would be preferring more domestic homegrown labels.